Our planet is a delicate balance of life. Each species evolved in harmony with its surroundings. But when a species is introduced to a new environment, chaos often follows. Invasive species, creatures introduced where they don't belong, can become destructive forces, outcompeting and displacing native inhabitants. Their arrival can reshape landscapes and silence ancient life. From massive snakes in Florida's wetlands to tiny fish altering oceans, their impact is a stark reminder of our world's fragility. Today, we journey across the globe to witness the front lines of these biological wars. These are the top 10 most dangerous invasive species in the world. In the warm waters of the Atlantic and Caribbean, the lionfish glides over coral reefs, a living jewel with a deadly secret. Its venomous spines make it nearly untouchable, and a single sting is excruciating. Native to the Indo-Pacific, lionfish were released into the Atlantic, likely from home aquariums. With no natural predators, their numbers exploded, spreading from Florida to South America. A single lionfish can consume dozens of small fish and crustaceans daily, cornering prey with its large fins. Studies show they can reduce juvenile reef fish populations by nearly 80% in weeks. This devastates the reef's balance, threatening both coral health and local fisheries. Divers now hunt lionfish to control their numbers, but females release tens of thousands of eggs every few days. The lionfish invasion is a slow-motion catastrophe, a warning of how one species can unravel an entire ecosystem. Beauty in this case is truly deadly. In the Florida Everglades, a giant from Southeast Asia, the Burmese python, has become a top predator. These colossal snakes, once exotic pets, were released or escaped into the wild, finding a perfect prey-rich environment. With no effective predators, not even alligators are safe from a full-grown python. Their flexible jaws allow them to consume prey much larger than their heads, from birds to deer and even alligators. Since their arrival, populations of small and medium-sized mammals have plummeted by over 90% in some areas. Marsh rabbits and foxes have vanished, leaving the Everglades eerily silent. This loss ripples through the ecosystem, affecting predators, scavengers, and vegetation. State and federal agencies battle to remove these snakes, but the vast landscape makes eradication nearly impossible. The python's secretive nature ensures its reign continues, squeezing the life from one of America's greatest natural treasures. The Everglades' balance may never recover. The silent constrictor is here to stay. In 1930s Australia, the cane toad was introduced to control sugarcane pests, a plan that backfired spectacularly. The toads didn't eat the beetles but thrived, breeding rapidly and spreading across the continent. Their toxic skin glands secrete a deadly poison, killing native predators like snakes, goannas, and even crocodiles. Mistaking the toad for easy prey, many animals die after a single bite. The result: mass die-offs of native predators and a cascade of ecological imbalance. Cane toads outcompete native species for food, consuming vast quantities of insects and small animals. Now numbering over 200 million, they are one of the world's most infamous invasive species. Australia continues to battle this toxic plague, but the damage is done. The cane toad is a symbol of ecological experiments gone wrong. In North America, vast flocks of European starlings fill the skies, a result of a misguided attempt to introduce every bird from Shakespeare's works. Released in New York Central Park in the 1800s, their population now exceeds 200 million. Starlings aggressively outcompete native cavity nesting birds, destroying eggs and chicks. Their numbers have caused significant declines in species like bluebirds and woodpeckers. Beyond ecological damage, starlings devastate crops, contaminate water, and spread disease. Their story is a powerful lesson in unintended consequences. A single introduction has altered the avian landscape of a continent. For many native birds, the sky is no longer theirs. In the Mississippi River and its tributaries, Asian carp imported to control algae escaped into the wild. These massive fish, some over 100 pounds, consume vast amounts of plankton, starving native species. Their relentless feeding hollows out the food chain from the bottom up. Silver carp leap from the water when startled, injuring boaters and creating chaos. The fear is they'll reach the Great Lakes, threatening a multi-billion-dollar fishing industry and native fish populations. Electric barriers are all that stand in their way. The battle against Asian carp is a high-stakes struggle for North America's freshwater ecosystems. One invader could change the fate of an entire region. The river's future hangs in the balance. On Guam, the accidental arrival of the brown tree snake triggered ecological collapse. Native to Australia and Indonesia, this nocturnal hunter found a paradise with no natural enemies. Guam's birds, unaccustomed to snakes, fell easy prey. 10 of 12 native forest bird species vanished. The island's forests, once alive with birdsong, are now eerily silent. The snake also decimated lizard and small mammal populations, disrupting pollination and seed dispersal. Trees struggle to regenerate, and the ecosystem is in disarray. High snake densities cause frequent power outages as they climb utility poles. Guam is now a fortress, fighting to prevent the snake from invading other Pacific islands. The brown tree snake is a chilling reminder of how one stowaway can silence an entire ecosystem. The island's natural chorus may never return. The zebra mussel, no bigger than a fingernail, has caused billions in damage since arriving in the Great Lakes via ballast water. Reproducing explosively, they attach to any hard surface, clogging water intake pipes and encrusting boats and docks. Their filter feeding strips plankton from the water, starving native fish and invertebrates. Increased water clarity allows harmful algal blooms to thrive. Native mussels are smothered by thousands of zebra mussels, driven to the brink of extinction. The economic and ecological costs are staggering. Entire species have been lost to this tiny invader. The Great Lakes' health is under constant threat. Size is no barrier to destruction. The zebra mussel proves small invaders can have massive impacts. The domestic house cat, beloved by millions, is also one of the world's most devastating invasive species. When allowed outdoors or living feral, cats become skilled hunters, killing billions of birds and mammals annually. On islands, their impact is catastrophic. Native species, unaccustomed to mammalian predators, are wiped out. In places like Australia and New Zealand, cats have driven many unique animals to extinction. The solution isn't to demonize cats, but to be responsible owners. Keeping cats indoors protects both wildlife and the cats themselves. Our cuddly companions are wild hunters at heart. The choice is ours: protect nature or let the predator roam. Even the most familiar animals can be invaders. In Lake Victoria, the introduction of the Nile perch in the 1950s triggered a mass extinction. This giant predator, brought in to boost fisheries, devoured hundreds of unique cichlid species. Over 200 species vanished, erasing one of the world's greatest evolutionary showcases. The local economy was upended, traditional sun-drying methods failed, leading to deforestation for smoking fish. Soil erosion and pollution followed, further damaging the lake. Algal blooms exploded as algae-eating cichlids disappeared, creating vast dead zones. The ecosystem and social fabric of the region were torn apart. The Nile perch's story is a tragic lesson in the dangers of tampering with complex ecosystems. Short-term gain led to irreversible loss. Lake Victoria's biodiversity may never recover. The cost of one introduction was incalculable. Behind every invasive species story is a common thread: us. We've spread to every continent, altering ecosystems wherever we go. Our arrival often coincides with mass extinctions, especially of large animals unprepared for such a resourceful predator. We are ecosystem engineers, clearing forests, damming rivers, and draining wetlands. Our actions drive biodiversity loss and habitat destruction on a planetary scale. We are the vector for every species on this list, moving them across the globe, intentionally or not. We've broken down natural barriers, forever changing the web of life. Recognizing our role isn't about blame, but responsibility. The future of life on Earth rests in our hands. We are the ultimate invasive species. These stories are stark reminders of the fragile connections that bind life on Earth. Invasive species show how a single introduction can unravel ecosystems built over millennia. The consequences are often irreversible: a bird's song lost forever, a balance broken. Solving this challenge requires vigilance, foresight, and understanding our impact. Which invader shocked you most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more deep dives from Factpedia. Until next time, stay curious and stay wild.